Okay, with this project what we're going to do is we're going to make a name tag and a magnet. And essentially it's the same steps to do either. That's why we're putting this together into one project file here. And I will take you through it. So let's start with a name tag. What I'm working on here is one of our blank vectoring files, and I will go through and review what settings we have in there to make it a blank vectoring file, what you have to look for before engraving. So first thing we want to do is make a shape for the name tag. I'm going to click on my Shapes tool here, and I'm going to click this chamfered edge rectangle. It'll bring up a box, and it's asking me how far do I want to notch in the corners or round them. I'm going to do a negative number here so I can notch them in. So negative 0.25, and I'll close that and start drawing my shape. I know that's rather large for a name tag, but after the shape is drawn, we're going to select it and resize it, and while doing that we're going to hit the F2 button. This will bring us a menu that will allow us to put in a precise size. And I'm going to make this, we'll do 2.5 inches wide. I'm going to remove this ratio mark here, and we'll make it, well, maybe 1.25 inches tall, and take a look at that. Yeah, that looks like a pretty good shape. I'll just move this up in the corner here. And next thing I'm going to do is click on my laser colors button. And in this case, I'm going to make it the color red by clicking the color red. And you'll see that on my color red, I have nothing in the first two check marks or check boxes. I do have a check mark in this column, and this is the vector mode column. As you mouse over it, you can tell what it is. So that'll ensure that that line actually cuts out. So we'll zoom in on this, and from here it's just a matter of what you want it to look like. So I'm going to add a logo. I had Hallmark in here, some employees of Hallmark not too terribly long ago, and so I imported their logo, and I'm just going to resize that and put it on the name tag there. I'm not going to worry about it too much just yet. It's just a matter of kind of playing around with it until it looks about the way you want it to. So there's the logo. I'm going to put a little bar between the logo and the name. We'll pick this one out here. Put a little bar in there, and we can make that bar actually a little bit shorter if we want. And then lastly, we're just going to type a name. So I will type, I don't know, William Anderson. All right. And I think that font is just fine, so we'll leave that font as is. Just resize it until we can fit it in that space. And now all we need to do is just line it all up. So I'll select the outline, hold the control key down, select my logo, the bar, and the name, use my alignment tools, and vertically align them so they're all lined up. I'm done. Basically I'm going to cut this out with the laser. It'll engrave all the design, and then we'll put a name tag magnet on the back of it, something magnetic that can fit through the shirt. You can also adhere a pin as well. Alright, same fairly similar steps for a magnet. You're just basically going to do a shape and make the design that you like and cut it out. I'm going to do the same chamfered edge, but instead I'm going to round it, and I'll draw that. Okay, and I'm just eyeballing it. You can make this, again, you can make this a specific size by selecting the object, hitting the F2 button there, and maybe we'll make let's make the magnet 4 inches wide and 2 inches tall. Oops. Okay, again I'm going to change the color to red by clicking on the laser colors button there. So this menu's up, click the color red. It could be any color, we just generally use red because we already have those settings saved. Now that I've got my color, I just need to figure out what I want to do. So I'm gonna add, let's see, find a 4-leaf clover here. There we go. We'll add a little clover in the corner there, and then and I've got a poem already, so it's entitled opportunities. And again, I like that font. It's called Park Place. Here, let me double click on it. You can see it's Park Place. And again, we'll resize this to fill up the space a little bit more. And then I've got a poem here. I'm just going to copy it. Control C to copy. Hop back to my file and click on my text tools here. And Control V to paste. That's obviously way too big, so we'll select it all, and I'm going to make this a different font. Let's see here. Won't be just a moment. There we go. Let's do Berlina, and again we're going to resize that to fit. And lastly, I'm just going to bring in author unknown. Again, click on my text tools and paste, and let's zoom in on that and see what we've got. Okay, so we've got all the pieces there. All we need to do now is just line them all up. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to line up the four-leaf clover and the title. I'm going to line those up across from each other. Okay. And now I'm going to group those together so they act as one object, and then we'll select the opportunities, the text, and the author, and we're going to line them up vertically, and we're going to space them evenly. Okay, and then let's group that whole thing together, select our outside edge, and we'll center that. Okay, so our magnet is designed, it's done, it'll cut out. Next step is just to pop the vector tray into your laser, run the file, and when I click on run there, some of the settings I'm looking at, I'm making sure we have autofocus on. The tray is going to drop. I've got a drop of 1 3/4 inches. That should be plenty. Our smoke collector is going to turn on. The black is going to run at 100% power, 75% speed. That's usually pretty good for a good engraving on the alder wood. Red, 100% power, 20% speed, cutting around it twice, and that's set to vector. That should get through. If you have any trouble getting through your material, if it's not quite cutting through, just slow down your speed a little bit. On some of our machines, we just set that to 18% speed, and it seems to work. And that is it. Just send your file, and you should be all set.